Verse 47. Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said of him, "Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit." Okay, so you have a little bit of here of the prodigal son, and then returning Jesus, seeing him coming towards him, like with the prodigal son running there to him. Okay, but John, I don't think is here so much about that, but it's more of maybe this can be a connection of Isaac seeing Rachel, Rebecca there coming as well. I mean, this idea of seeing someone coming. So there can be lots of connections, and it's difficult to exactly know. I don't think in this specific instance there's something. What is more important is Jesus' words to him in this case. That's an Israelite in whom there's no deceit. Okay, an Israelite in whom there's no deceit. Why did he say that? Israel? Who is Israel? We just finished Genesis. Jacob, right? Who is Jacob? What does it mean? His name mean? Deceit. He was a deceiver. Their forefather was a deceiver. They got their name from their forefather Israel, whose name was changed. And so now he is saying that here's an Israelite that's not a deceiver. He's not a Jacob. He's different. Okay, so so in other words, that Nathanael is an honest person asking, like I said, what good can come out of Nazareth? He's not hiding it. Okay, he's not hiding his feelings in a sense, his opinions. As is, he's asking. Okay, so there's no deceit in him. What you see is what you get, kind of idea. Okay, certain cultures are like that. Certain cultures are the direct opposite of that. Nathanael was not. He was even inside this culture, and even inside this culture, people deceived. But Nathanael was not like that. Okay, and so yes, this as well as this added point of how Jesus kind of calling the Israelites deceivers because they come from Jacob, sorry, and then, but you are not like that. So as well, pointing towards the readers of the letter is writing, or the book is writing to them, that you need not be like Jacob. You can be an Israelite like Nathanael. You need not be a Jew. You can be an Israelite that follows me, one of those who are born from God. Okay, there's lots and lots and lots at play here and at work at the same time. Verse 48. Nathanael said to him, "How do you know me?" Jesus answered him, "Before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you." Right. So Nathanael clearly is, Jesus said, "It's like you're not an Israelite without deceit." Okay. So clearly, what he was saying the whole time was what he is. He's not just. He didn't just accept things at face value. Right. That is the kind of people who don't like to deceive other people. They don't like to be deceived themselves. So they're asking questions. And are you? How did you know this? How do you know that I'm now this, like an Israelite that's not a deceiver? How do you even know me? Okay? How do you even know me? And yeah, this is Nathanael's attitude to life, to always ask questions. I think that's very important. I think that's an attitude a Christian ought to have, always to ask questions. And it's like as if we as Christians today, and not just Christians, but people in general, we are taught to not think anymore. Okay? That's the most important thing that's being taught to us by mass media, by movies and everything. Everything thinks for yourself. I mean, tells you to think what they portray to you. Okay? I'm portraying this, so you believe it. This is just a fact. Okay? We can't discern anymore between truth and a lie because we can't think anymore. Nathanael wasn't like this. He was asking questions. But this can't be because Nazareth. How did you know me? Right? How do you even know? And so yes, that is an attitude that Christians ought to relearn, to ask questions. Don't just accept everything that your pastor preaches. or what I teach you, right? I always told my students as well, I'm telling you this now as well. Don't always accept what I teach you as face value. That's why I put the verses everywhere, okay? So you can exactly, and here and there I make a mistake, and in skipping a word or two in a verse. So I put the verse there so you can see exactly, okay, that this is, I'm reading. I'm not trying to put in my own words there or kind of thing, okay? And so yes, Christians, please, I'm kind of begging you, start asking questions again. Don't just take the words of people teaching you spiritual truths at face value. Yes, there are certain people you can trust, and you can trust more their words, and you can be a little bit easier on them. But still, even then, we all make mistakes. Doesn't matter who. Okay, we all make mistakes. And so Nathanael wasn't just going to accept everything at face value. And so Jesus said to us, so I saw you under the fig tree. Now, oh man, I've read a number of people on this. What the heck does it even mean? Okay, from the weirdest out there that he was doing something to himself under the tree there. Some liberal Bible scholars, which, what the hell, to other kinds of opinions. It's like sitting under the fig tree. He wasn't sitting under a literal fig tree. It was a metaphorical use. In other words, thinking about waiting for the Messiah. So if you sat under the fig tree, that's just what you meant by sitting under a fig tree, as someone was really longing for the coming of the Messiah. And so since he was the one sitting in the fig tree, that means he was longing for the coming of Messiah, and therefore that means he's ready and waiting for Jesus to come back, or to come, sorry. Now, I mean, I've sat in the fig trees. I don't think I've ever really wondered about that. More for the shade, I guess. We don't have, unluckily, a list of metaphors of the day and an explanation of all the different metaphors or sayings of the day. So it is. I can't remember that I've ever read any Bible scholar here who said that he knows for sure, because reason 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Always a little bit of question of, we don't really know. We kind of, but yeah. So I'm going to be on this stuff as well. I don't really know. It was something that he would have understood. He clearly did understand that this is someone that this one saying it is that Messiah that he spoke about, right? This isn't just anybody. This must be someone with knowledge that can't be just gotten in a normal way. Okay, this is what he understood by it. So whatever that saying meant, this is what we do know for a fact is how to understand it. Okay, and about that we can be clear, but exactly what it meant, we can't be clear. We can speculate again a lot, but exactly we can't be clear on that. But again, the meaning we can be clear about.